Hello, Namaste, Adab. Welcome to KSP View. Today I watched the movie Dhurandhar with two of my friends and nephew. It's a fabulous movie, and at the outset, I would like to tell with conviction that do not miss this movie by at any cost. Go to the theaters, watch, but may not be with the families because it's a A certificate movie. So please avoid strictly taking children less than 18 years. Otherwise, the rest of you can go and enjoy this movie. I will tell you two aspects of this movie why you should go. One is it's a 3 hours 34 minutes movie. And trust me, I don't have patience to watch movies beyond 2 hours 15-20 minutes. But in this movie, it didn't seem like such a lengthy movie. We completely got absorbed in the movie for 3 hours 34 minutes. Even in interval, when I was buying popcorn, I didn't want to miss even one frame, so I was just rushing inside. And such is the way this movie kept us very absorbed. A fantastic movie. And the second point is that nowadays it's become very common to have violence in any movie. But the thing about violence, which I want to tell you, which most of you I'm sure will agree, is that it depends on what impact the violence has on us. And is it important or not important? And how do you actually picturize violence? Do you want to make it gory? Do you want to make it more impact? Yes, this movie had violence not shown in a gory manner, but in the eyes and the action of the actors. And this violence, I'm not justifying, but kind of seemed inevitable because of the theme of the movie. It's a very standard movie if you have to tell about the story, because it's a spy thriller in an enemy country. Okay, the spy is planted in an enemy country, and what happens? It's a story, one line story, but there is more to story than just the one line. The movie begins with a quick recap of what happened during Kandahar hijack and also 2001 parliament attack in the cars. Okay, quickly recaps us and then, makes us glued into the whole story instantly. But yes, a little bit of liberty is taken by the director. Aditya Dhar, hats off to you. The liberty that he takes is that he wants to show the vulnerability of the country during these two incidents and say, wait for the good times to come. Because in these two incidents, what is shown may not be so apparently, but subtly is that the bureaucracy or the military or the non-political people were not given a free hand to operate to solve the problems. Okay, so one of the important characters who is probably resembles the ex IB chief, he has a brilliant idea and he calls it the project Dhurandhar, wherein he plans Ranveer Singh in the camp. Okay, so the Pakistan at that time, which is early 2000, they show a lot of inside wars and a lot of chaos which is happening. Gang wars are happening, and then elections are happening. There is a division of thought and all that stuff. Amidst all that, I think what brings them together is the common focus of doing something against India, which is terrorism. And the best thing about the movie, apart from whatever I've told so far, is the casting. This movie is a blueprint, okay, is a parameter to show what a good casting can do to the screenplay and the story. Just look at the casting. You have Ranveer Singh, you have Akshay Khanna, you have Sanjay Dutt, you have Arjun Rampal, you have Madhavan, and Rakesh Bedi. You guys remember Rakesh Bedi? I have actually forgotten him. The guy who used to be a comedian in Ye Jo Hai Zindagi, he's a serious player here. Yeah, though he does crack some jokes here and there, but he's a minister. He is a key person and he has done it so well. See, that is where I liked Aditya Dhar, whether it is screenplay, whether it is writing or dialogues, he didn't compromise on anything. I think he had the hold and the grip of the subject. He was very clear, he was very convinced as to what he's showing, where to call it off, what should be the length of everything. And that's why, you don't get bored. It's an absolutely fabulous movie. And if you particularly ask me, who do you pick up among the 5 great artists that this movie has? I would without hesitation tell you that it's Akshay Khanna. I felt Vinod Khanna should have been alive to see Akshay Khanna act so brilliant, so brilliant. And he actually, Ranveer Singh was amazing. So what's the difference between Ranveer Kapoor and Akshay Khanna's acting? Akshay Khanna overshadowed Ranveer Singh here and there, a little bit here and there. But otherwise, he acted marvelous. And Arjun Rampal as a ISI chief, he lived up to it, boss. Absolutely, he lived up to it. Of the many scenes, one scene which really made me cry and thought Ranveer is such a subtle actor. People thought he's very vociferous, boisterous. He shouts, In this movie, he doesn't shout. He's very, very, very controlled. Okay, very checked, very, very, very pleasant guy. But with a lot of ferociousness and aggressiveness because he's gone there for a purpose, right? With a purpose. The scene I'm talking about is all the gangs, get together in the Pakistan, to supply the arms and ammunitions and execute the 2008, that 2611 Terrorism Act. And Ranveer Singh discovers that when he's watching the live, the Pakistanis, ISI and all others, they're giving them the instructions on the wire for the people, terrorists in India, how to operate, what to do and all that. Ranveer Kapoor feels so helpless because with his own hands, he would have given the guns to Kasab and one more guy. And they have done such a ruckus. So he thinks, what's happening? I gave this kind of a secret message quite some time ago, but it's still not implemented. So that is what I'm saying here, when subtly, without being very prominent, there is a kind of a blame on the government of those days. But it doesn't focus on that. It's just a touch and go kind of a thing. Otherwise, you have a very successful common enemy, Pakistan operations, whatever happens. And if there's a spy who goes, you want him to be a winner, and he's a winner. Not much liberties are taken, to say that our spies are better than the situations that operate in Pakistan. But first time, I think probably for the first time, the director has thrown open and given some details as to what exactly happens in Pakistan, in the backdrop of what is happening and how do they plan to kind of terrorize India and act of terrorisms to be conducted and all that stuff. It is very, very beautifully shown. Like I said, there is no dull moment. It's very fast-paced, beautifully done, and every actor live up to his expectations. And what can I say? At the end of the movie, after watching for almost 3 hours, not almost, 3 hours, 34 minutes, and then spending time in the theater, myself, my nephew Pritam and my friend Rahul, we didn't feel it was enough. Okay. So we just stood there for about 20-30 minutes. We started discussing each aspect of the movie. When 3 people go to any movie, there is no guarantee that all the 3 like it equally. I think this movie, each of us liked it so much, we decided to go again and again. So I don't want to tell much story about it, but it's all about Aditya Dhar, the director, the guy who wrote the screenplay. And of course, one more guy who really, really, really kept us engaging was Sachdev, the music director. India has no dearth of music directors, especially when you have to give the RR, as they often call it as BJ. There's a lot of variations in it, he has given. Unless somebody conscious like me is waiting to hear a particular sound or acknowledging or recognize some sound, you will not know because you are so involved, so engrossed. That's why I said, hats off to music and all of the departments, whether it is cinematography, fight masters, stunt masters, everyone, editor, everyone did the job beautifully. Hats off to the producers. Of course, Aditya, that is one of the producers, Jyotir Deshpande and others. Hats off to them for wanting to do this film. It's a very difficult film. You have to have violence, but keep it under control. You have to have 5 prominent stars, but balance forces between them. Like I said, after a very long time, I must admit, after a couple of years, maybe I saw such a intense, absorbing, beautiful, well-made movie. Okay, the movie is well-made. When I say it's all the 24 crafts acting very well, and director being very clear about what he wants to show. So rush to your nearest theaters on the weekends, catch up, watch it. Yeah, this is one more movie which I feel, even if I watch a couple of times in the theater, I would still love to watch in the OTT because I would rewind, fast forward, pause, understand some dialogues, because some of it, some 25%, I want to take liberty and say is in Urdu. So if you're going to the movie, learn some Urdu words and know a little bit about Pakistani territory, what's happening internally, which state is against which state, what are the gang wars of that period. I'm not taking some names here deliberately, but it's inspired and based on some situations which have happened live, and some characters from India are also taken, as an inspiration. Overall, it's a fiction story, but when you see, that it's not completely fiction. It's based on some happenings there. So with this, I end. Do go and watch it. I didn't expect this review to be so lengthy. I'm very sorry about it. But when you like so much, when you watch the movie for such a long time, and there's so many elements, you can't miss some of it. Though I did miss majority of them. Okay, so what I want to say is go watch, and until my next review, bye bye. Keep loving, be happy, take care, and love yourself. And before I go, please like, share, subscribe. And what I also look forward to is criticisms. Please be critical. I don't mind. I love it.